What's up, family? Welcome back to the Garden of Consciousness. This is the Patreon section. Thank you guys so much for supporting us and everything that we have going on over here. And we are very excited. We're actually filming this in the middle of Gemini season, but it's going to be relevant all the time because we're going to be talking about the planet Mercury. Oh, yes. Everybody like to talk their shit. Okay, that's what Mercury does. Mercury turns it up. And that's what we're going to talk about here in this Patreon today. And for me, I just quickly want to tell you guys, in my personal opinion, I feel like communication is the human art form. You know, beavers build houses, okay? Like dogs take shits, you know, a lot of other beings procreate. But what do humans do that's so special? We talk to each other. So Mercury is such a vital planet, especially when it comes to your relationships, interpersonal relationships, your business, as well as your romantic relationships, and albeit as well, your parenting style. It's really going to tell you a lot about your parenting style and who you will be, or maybe how you'll want to talk to your children or your siblings or your grandmother. But it's something that's really, really, really useful. And listen, it's going to be a little therapy session. All right. So we got you guys covered in this session. What do you think, Boro?
Yeah, like you said, when we talk about communication, relatability, communicating to someone else makes the world go round. So when we talk about Mercury, it really helps us to pinpoint, you know, what type of communication methods you're aware of, you consciously pick up on, or you're naturally adept to. All right. So it's key to understand your Mercury placement. So I'm ready to get right into it, Novi.
Let's do it. We are going to do Mercury through the signs first, because first we're going to tell you how you speak. And then through the houses is kind of like the areas that you kind of focus on or are more driven to really communicate about. It really shows the area you'd like to talk about. So through the signs, but first we're going to do it through the elements to give you a nice little overview. So Boro, you want to kick it off with 2 elements and I'll take the other 2?
All right, no problem. So I'll start with the air and earth elements, all right? So when you got Mercury in these signs, all right, first of all, we like to think, when we talk about Mercury, Mercury is dealing with how you think and communicate, how you organize your thoughts, how you break down the details of your thoughts, or how you critically analyze and observe things, all right? And also how you communicate thoughts to yourself to see how you may communicate them to others. So when we look at Mercury in air, Mercury likes to be in air signs because, you know, this is his element, dealing with logic and communication. Air is dealing with logic and communication. So if you have Mercury in air signs, this is a place where I feel like it could flourish. Mercury could do its thing. It could relate to others. It could communicate. So this can manifest into placements with people that love communication, people that dive into communication head first, people that love having that sense of relatability, all right? Then we have Mercury in earth. All right, and when we have Mercury in earth, earth is dealing with practicality, foundation, stability. So this is the thing that's on the mind of a person with Mercury in earth, all right? The ideas they're developing are always thinking about stability, practicality, how to get from point A to point B, resources, other people, what resources other people have, all right? Mine is always on foundation and a building block. So you can shoot it to fire and water and let Novi take off with that one.
That's right, Mercury in fire. Let me tell you, these people need to express themselves. They need to be heard, period. Whatever it is, if you have a Mercury in fire, you need to speak. You need to go ahead and make your voice known. And with a Mercury in water, I mean, come on now. You might as well just say what you feel, because you're feeling what you're saying. And you got to be around people who are going to feel what you say. You have to have your emotions validated when you have a Mercury in water. All right. And now we're going to go through each sign, because as you guys have been learning, different modalities kind of, you know, mix it up a little bit. Different signs give it different little characteristics. And with transits, it'll show you sometimes you'll go through like, that don't sound like you. Well, there might be a heavy transit going on right now and you're thinking in a different mercurial mind. And that being said, Mercury rules the mind. Okay. It rules intelligence, the way we think. It rules the 3rd house, okay? The 3rd house is about your neighborhood and your surroundings. It's about attaining skills. Because after you come out the 1st house and you roar, I'm here, I'm alive, all right, I'm here. You go to the 2nd house, you get your body. You know, you got to know about your 5 senses. You got to know about your legs and your feet and everything that you got going on. You got to feed your body. You got to gain some self-worth and esteem. And then in the 3rd house, you start going out into your neighborhood and start discovering things. This is why the mind is about discovery. Mercury is about communicating, thus to discover a new train of thought. was one thing leads you to another. And that's why communication is so essential, especially when it comes here. You know, y'all be seeing Twitter be popping off. They could just end somebody. Them is Mercury and fire. Them is Mercury and fire people. Okay. Like,
Trying to
and
put
the
some
people,
fire.
right?
Yep. Yep. Or trying to put a fire or set something on fire with their words. Right.
Period. And all the receipts, that's Mercury and Earth, because they're going to show you everything that happened. And the people that communicate with you and want to make you feel some way, that's Mercury and Water. And then the people who are just want to talk shit, that's Mercury and Air. Okay. So this is really, 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 really important to know. Mercury is traditionally ruled by the sign of Gemini. And as y'all know, our Gemini babies, we already over here at the Garden of Consciousness, you know, we like to give everybody their homework assignment. And we always tell you, watch what you say, because if you have a lot of Mercury elements in your chart, if it's sitting on your ascendant, if it's conjunct your midheaven, if you have a heavy third house, or even Pluto in the third house, you have something pinging off your ascendant with Mercury, you know what I'm saying? Your words are going to impact people, because that's just your energy. What you say, no matter how much sense it makes, no matter how it feels, is going to result in a reaction from whoever you're around. So this is why we, especially, you know, me personally, I try not to say things out of my mouth that are going to harm people, because I have Mercury and Water in Scorpio. So I got to be careful, because I have Mercury in Scorpio, but see, Cardi B has Mercury in Scorpio. And there's two different ways that you can do that energy. She talks the same kind of stuff that I talk. She just does it in a different way. Okay. And you see how impactful her words can be. So this is really, really important stuff to know. You want to take it away with the first sign, or whatever you want to say, Boro?
And now I think we gave a great foundation on the Mercury energy, what we're dealing with, so we can get right into that first sign. So y'all know Aries, y'all always ahead of the pack. All right, y'all coming first. So when we talk about Mercury and Aries, Mercury and fire, off rip. All right, Aries, we know Aries energy is dealing with the individual way of seeing and feeling things, creating your own way of seeing and feeling about things. Got that Mars influence there. So we got some passion there. We have some goal-orientated ideas there. All right, so we throw Mercury in there. This is what we want to communicate about. But at the same time, we know Aries deal with vulnerability, having their passions out there. They more so like to act on their passions, not really express it. So when you have Mercury and Aries, these people are very direct and very blunt with the way that they communicate. All right, they don't have time to beat around the bush. Aries never have time to beat around the bush with their accent. So take all of that into the way you think and communicate. All right, so this could be impulsive statements, but this could also be a lot of direct and blunt statements. Verbally expressing things that get right to the point. And verbally expressing things that get right to what they're trying to express. All right, it's no, I ain't got time to color it up, make it look good for you. All right, when I catch the intention, think about it, boom, I communicate it. If it ain't worth communicating, if it's something that make me feel vulnerable, I won't say a word. So you Mercury and Aries can also be kind of silent a little bit, but when you express, we gonna feel y'all. We gonna feel y'all. All right, so they're actually one of the Mercury and fire signs that can kind of not come off as the not being that expressionate, but when they do express themselves, the room gonna hear it. The room is gonna hear it and feel it.
Yeah, 1000%.
Yes.
And like, you know, you as a younger soul energy, you're probably going to be hot-headed, and you know what I'm saying? A lot of Mercury and Aries, if you don't feel like you can get your words out, especially if you have Saturn there, you know, restricting it, you feel like you have a stutter, you might want to punch someone or something to kind of get your frustration out, you know, because like Boro was saying, it's the warrior planet. So anytime you have Aries anywhere, always remember that, guys. Just think about a warrior and apply it to whatever energy is sitting with that. And that's what it's going to do. Aries is here to fight, okay? These people will fight for what they believe in, and they will speak up for it, especially as they further develop. These people have very powerful voices. They're very motivating and inspiring people, you know? And if they're not talking, like Boro was saying, they're taking action, and thus they're being inspirational in that sort, you know? So when we're talking about Mercury and Aries, at the end of the day, guys, please don't lie to these people. They don't tend to hold grudges because, you know, they're a cardinal sign, they're a fire sign. They don't necessarily want to hold on to shit like a lot of other signs do, but they just don't want to waste their energy on something that they don't really see any value in, because a lot of Aries are not about sustaining, they're about initiating. So you could be initiating a lot of thoughts, initiating a lot of things, but this also on the low vibrational side can make you an instigator, right? So just be careful on how you use those words, because essentially with Mercury Aries, your words are your weapon. So.
Yep, I agree. All right, so next up, we get into Aries and Taurus. All right,
Mercury.
about
Look,
Taurus.
Mercury retrograde.
Aries and Taurus. Mercury and yeah, see, we not even Mercury. We prepping for it. We in the shadow stage of it. It's right around the corner. So me and Novi, look, I'm already picking up on influences with it. Look, y'all. All right, so when we talk about Mercury in Taurus, all right, Mercury in Taurus. Now this is
That's
Earth.
like the perfect way for you to say it. You're like Mercury in Taurus. Like that was literally perfect.
You know Tauruses need the royal grand presentation. So I had to put it on my best announcer drum roll type of intro for y'all. I hope y'all appreciated it. But when you talk about Mercury and Taurus, you know what a Taurus is dealing with. We know these Tauruses is dealing with stability. You know these Taurus is dealing with handling business. You know these Taurus are dealing with planting seeds in the things that they value, people, places, and things that they value. And if it ain't something they value, good luck getting their attention.